Hold on one sec as I got it. I forgot something. All right. Okay. Sorry. Hello. Do you guys know where the purple people eater is from? That originally, in fact, that's been around since before you were born, my friend. Not that you shouldn't use it. That's good. So I got, yeah, there's actually a Saturday Night Live skit about that. So I'm gonna be going and getting some food, which is shocking, right? You can see I'm still kind of tired. I actually woke up about an hour and a half ago, which is sad. But the problem is when I do some business like abroad, sometimes people are messaging me at like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and I accommodate that because I like to talk to people from everywhere. And yeah, you remember that, Eric? Yeah, that was Deep Thoughts, I think, by Jack Handey. That was probably from like 96, something like that. I stopped watching SNL after I don't know, guys like what's his name, Morgan. SNL wasn't like what, like Jimmy Fallon is a funny guy in my opinion. He can do great voices and everything. And what's her name? Not Terry, not Sherry or Terry. The girl who played Sarah Palin really well. I didn't really watch any YouTube videos today, unfortunately. I've just watched your McCurtain one. I was so lazy today. It's like disgusting. Actually, I did a lot of writing, but most of my work now is not in the that's good. I'm your 10th subscriber. Do I get anything for that? So I don't have my new vlog stick, but I have my old one, which is fine for what we're doing. The new one is telescopic. Oh yeah, sorry guys. God, this Wi-Fi. Are we good? So I was left for dead because Ashley, her daughter, and her mother and father all went to the state fair. I was not invited. Not that I wanted to be invited, I just wasn't invited, you know. Nice, Eric. Especially for Canada, that's really good. But I woke up and I was just all alone. I'm like, okay. So it's funny, you guys. I mean, I everything you guys do. Like, you know, besides subscribing, hanging out on the stream and doing everything like that is awesome, and I highly appreciate it. Like, I feel like we have a little like Palm support group, and we're all friendly to each other. I don't have to deal with a lot of like people getting angry at one another or trolling or. But around here in town, like, I don't really know anybody. The people I know, I don't really not very fond of. So I'd love to go to the State Fair in Tennessee. I'm sure it's a lot more interesting than the one here. Yeah, I really like, I don't think I've ever said that too much, except for like my 1K subscriber vlog. And I'm going to do one for 2,000 too, because, you know, why not? And so, you know, this is often my time to interact with other human beings, because the only friends I have around here that I like would trust are actually my poker friends, and they're good people. But when I'm not playing poker, basically I am like just Ashley and her daughter are really the people that I only interact with. My neighbors don't really care for me, which is fine. I don't really count on like living there forever, so I don't really care. They think that I'm, you know, because I don't work a 9 to 5, and I'm, you know, I'm sure their wives see me, you know, at 10 o'clock in the morning just hanging out doing nothing. Well, I mean, what they assume is nothing, and, you know, I get judged quite a bit. It kind of sucks. Like, and that's happened to me for like, you know, since I've done this, and that's like anyone who doesn't have to work a 9 to 5 probably has experienced that. So I would not be against that, James. I need to get a new passport because mine expired. But that sounds like fun. Toronto's not that far away from Vermont, which is where my dad. I mean, it is. It's not close, but my dad's only, I think, 2.5 hours from Montreal, and I know Toronto. I mean, Toronto's about what, 5, 6. How long is it from Toronto to Montreal? 5 hours? Maybe 6? Or is it longer than that? I would take my chances with this light, but the police station's right there. 5, okay, 5.5 to 6. So, just, yeah, dude, that would be interesting. I mean, I wouldn't be going to Montreal, but I know how long it is from my dad's in Vermont. I just don't know. It might probably just easier to go the north end through northern New York, or I don't know how, because, you know, Lake Champlain's in the way. Well, it's not in the way, I guess. I could probably just go up through like Plattsburgh and then head west on the north side of the North Shore of Lake Ontario. That'd be a fun drive, and then like come back around like through Niagara. Oh, sorry, Zach. Let me see here. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I figured that. You know, and I think that, I mean, there's a lot of vlogs that I can never do. Like, I'm never gonna be able to give you guys like a tricky, like Tequil or Nanis or Princeps video, because they just don't exist down here. Or, you know, other subtropical stuff like Jubaeas. I just don't have, they just don't exist here, so I'm gonna figure out if I want to get, let's see here. Hey Chris, what's going on? I consider playing poker tonight, but I guess I really enjoy coming on here, because it's like, I don't know, just, I don't get to talk palms with people every day. I mean, there are some people I can talk to every day about them, but it's more fun this way. Yeah, no, I know Toronto has a lot of cool things going on. So, I mean, it's been a long time since I've been to Ontario. Actually, it's been 18 years almost, to the month. And I haven't been in Quebec since 1993, so I remember back, I went there back in the days when you didn't need to show your driver's license, you didn't need a passport or anything, or any kind of special thing. My dad and I went on a I guess you call it a camping trip. We had a conversion van, and we stayed near Mount Washington, New Hampshire, and one day we drove from. Is someone honking at me? Better not be. We drove from Mount Washington, or near Mount Washington, like North Conway, and we didn't stay on the mountain. That'd be suicide. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong then. I think you as long as you have like a real ID driver's license, I think it's okay, which I do have, so. But we drove from basically like North Conway, New Hampshire through to the border. We went to over to Montreal, hung out, walked around for a little bit. Then we drove in one straight swoop from Montreal to New York City, and then over to the eastern end of Long Island, all in one day. That was like an insane amount of. I don't know what time we got up. I'm gonna say 8 o'clock. Montreal around 11, then left around 12:30. Got to New York around 7:30, and then we got to the where my grandparents are from, Shelter Island, around 10:30. I didn't drive back then, so my dad was doing it all. My dad will be in town next weekend, and I'm gonna get him in the vlog. He's not a. He's a funny guy. I don't know. Hey, Terrence. Yeah, when I was 19, I actually went to. That's when I went to Niagara, and I got to go in the casino and play nickel slots, and it was a new experience for me. So. Wow. So you drove in one day? You did all of that? I don't even know that. Is that? So you drove to Orlando and then to Key West and then back to Orlando in one day? Because Orlando to Key West is probably, let's see, for 7.5 hours, 7 hours. That's like 14 hours round trip. Okay, cool. That sounds good, James. Just let me know. You can message me. There's Cape Coral Hospital. Gangsta. Okay, that's what I figured. So, I mean, that's still a ton of driving, though. Even with the night's sleep, or even some sleep, that's brutal. No one's ever driven without really like staying overnight anywhere was 24 hours. I slept in the car for a couple hours. That was Vermont to Venice, taking 81. I won't drive near New York City anymore. I can't handle it. I don't like paying $40 in tolls for the privilege of driving in traffic on old roads. Oh yeah. We stopped in Miami Beach and drank in the sun. I mean, that's not exactly like an easy stop. I mean, that's probably a solid half hour out of the way each way. So I was gonna just go to Pollo and come back, but I mean, I don't know. Let's drive around. I'm gonna go over to like another shopping center and see what's hanging out, what's around. Cheap tree pots. Well, around here I get The best thing to do is to go in on an order with a friend and get a pallet. My buddy got a pallet, the one that you guys saw the video of me driving up to. And I trade him like seeds for pots. I actually just started using Stewie MT310s. Those are the best pots for deeply rooting palms. And I'd potted up all my Copernicias in a MT37, which is not bad, but I could extra 3 inches would be nice to have. That's what Ashley said. She does all the potting. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'll be here all week. Getting cut off by... And that thing can move, considering it's got like 90 horsepower, that Mitsubishi Mirage. But yeah, in all seriousness, I started potting up Livistona Alfredii in 10-inch pots. They're not the best, because like one thing that people don't really have, one thing that people have a problem with is like, what do I pot it into next? And there's a couple options. One is you can plant it in the ground, but if you're repotting like a nursery, you can pot it straight almost into a 7-gallon, but like a deep 5 is good. I mean, because you can't put it into 1 gallon's too small, 3 gallons not deep enough. So you get a deep 5, it's a 10-inch pot, you put it in there and let it fill out. In the meantime, you know, because if I were to put everything in 1 gallon, like my backyard would be filled up. And okay, so there's Pho 38, which is a Vietnamese restaurant. I don't know if I can do. I had spicy last night. I had the Thai food last night. I'm not really looking for something spicy tonight. But there will be an exciting week coming up because I have my dad coming to town. I'm going to Miami on Sunday night, coming back Tuesday, and I'll be able to film in Miami, both vlogs and live streams with Ken. And then so we're gonna go past Pollo. We're almost to the North Fort Myers border here. Let's see here. That's crazy, James. I used to be able to do that. I couldn't do that anymore, but cheeseburgers on the back roads. Do a potting video. Yeah, I do need to do like an updated potting video for sure. All right, so we're gonna take this back. What happened to Terrence? Did I miss something? Oh, Target now has lowercase letters like Walmart. Oh man, I did not. Okay. Can I not get in this way? Oh, I really can't. I screwed myself. I think. Can't U-turn here. God, what a pain in the ass. Oh, and now why is this? Oh man, that's not good. That does not look like... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, Terrence. My condolences. So there is a major... Like, the whole road is backed up, so I'm just going to not go down that way. There's been something has happened. I couldn't make the U-turn in time, or in the space provided. I hope this is the back way. And hey, Emma, what's going on? Oh, I'm sorry, Terrence. That's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. I have not been through that, and I can't imagine how you feel. But I will always, if you know, I hope these vlogs make, are cheery and happy for you, and I hope that they bring you some strength of sorts, I guess. Well, look at this. We got Threnex here. Listen, we're gonna get out here. We are rocking and rolling here. Emma, I'm going out to dinner by myself and getting sushi, and all these guys are coming with me. So let's go vlog. I'm gonna put you on the stick. Chris, what is going on? Not much. I am at Target, not to shop though. So, um, Mark, good question. So the reason they're desired is they're very, yeah, she'll believe that too. The reason they're so desirable, Mark, is that they are, you guys are at the fair. Um, they are very, they can handle a lot of different types of weather here in Florida. They're also very slow growing. Um, they are relatively cold hardy, and they really shouldn't be as expensive as outside of South Florida. They are expensive, but in South Florida they're a little bit cheaper. I need to find my tax forms. I already went. Hold on, is this right? Sorry guys, as I show you a picture, my pants there. There we go. Back on the vlog stick. They're all kind of the same price. Leucothrinax, Thrinax radiata. I think he's thinking of you're thinking. I'm getting down to 50 on one night and then 51 another night. So I'm just chugging my black cherry seltzer, which I'm not. Terrence is someone that found palms to be a therapeutic release for issues that I had about 15 years ago. I recommend if you find palms is a passion of yours, let me know. And if you want to grow some seeds, send me a message if you have my email, and I will send you some seeds if you'd like. You know, some stuff that's easy to grow. I have a lot of extra just random seed lying around. It may not be hardy to your area, but it's not the fastest growing. So if you have like a little greenhouse or something to that effect, you'll be good to go. Oh, that black cherry is not that good. All right. When I first started doing this, I wasn't nervous, but I was like hesitant. I thought people would approach me a lot and tell me not to film. Now I just don't care. Yeah, sure thing, Terrence. Do you know how to get a hold of me? My email, Faulkner's Palms LLC. Just send me a message if you want some seed, and I'll send you a care package of sorts. Just let me know like what kinds you're looking for, as far as like, you know, hardy or tropical or is there a Tennessee plate? Let's go check it out. There's all sorts of plates. So Chris, a good question. Basically, a pawnbroker is someone that is going. There's two different types. One is you can be a typical broker. Is that where you sell? Now I'm curious. It must have been this Rogue here. Was it, which car was it? It's Florida. Oh, I walked past the Cadillac. It must have been that one. Anyway, I don't want to look like I'm. Anyway, I'll find that later. But to become a pawnbroker, essentially, you need to get to know a lot of nurserymen on like a first name basis, or I mean, as far as like getting to know them. You find customers, and you know, usually for like common plants, and Thrinax radiata would be considered a common palm. You would basically, sorry, I'm just checking here. You would basically just sell like a ton of plants to people in other. It's basically arbitraging, where you sell plants that are worth less in one area to an area they're worth more, but you also have to guarantee, you have to check and make sure that they're healthy. These are all really healthy radiata. They're doing well. They're here in full sun, so their leaves are much more compact, although I've seen some very compact forms of this. So yeah, Facebook is fine, Terrence. If you just get me on Faulkner's Palms on Facebook, that's fine too. So Zach, I'll check it out. And the red car, I'll check it out. That's actually a Florida tag. It looks like a Tennessee tag, though. So, hello. All right. Which palms are you talking about, Zach? Yeah, Terrence. So think of Sables as like slow growing Washingtonias. They should germinate just fine. They might take a little bit longer. Like I've had some sitting out in the sun, and they might take up to 2 months to germinate. See here, shopping malls always cut corners on installing stuff, and if you look at this, you can see that this palm does not have a fat trunk, which is, I mean, it does have a fat trunk here, and so it was well grown, and at some point it got stunted up here, and then this crown, it's, you know, it has multiple deficiencies. The crown is like a lime green, which is not typical of a healthy royal, and neither is this one right here. It's just, they're penciled, and look at this. See that? See that? It's like wrinkled. That's not a good sign at all. That means that rot had been forming in here, and it's actually cracking. They'll crack because they are either going to, like, they'll crack when they're really thick at the bottom, and they'll crack when they are rotting on the inside, and that's a bad sign. Like this thing could, it's kind of a it's kind of like a hazard, to be honest. I mean, I could start pushing at this and see where it would go, but looks like a bunch of lichen hanging out there. It is nice, and it's beautiful outside. It's like 74, and this one has the same problem, but people will buy these palms and install them here at cheap prices. Like, they probably only paid a few $100 for this plant. Again, yellow crown shafts having issues, which is probably due to something that's going on right here. So, I mean, this is obviously not well taken care of. These crinum lilies don't really look that good. They should be double, triple the size. This one is dying, which is like, they're like one of the hardiest. I mean, you can just throw them on the ground and they'll be all right. It looks like they just aren't taken care of. But I mean, the jasmine is being taken care of. You can see it's flowering. I have this in my side yard. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of other palms. It's like the only 5 palms I just found. That's weird. There's literally all scrub oaks here otherwise. I have to go to another shopping center. This is the edge of Cape Coral here. If I head any further east, I'm in North Fort Myers. But I'll double check those license plates. I mean, I'm not trying to be creepy on anyone here. But if you say it's, I'll show you that it's not. Florida has a Save the Panther plate, and it looks a lot like the Tennessee plate. So that might have been what you saw, but there are a number of Tennessee tags around here. The number one tag that's not Florida that's usually around here is probably, let's see, a mix of Ontario. See, that's Florida. Is Ontario, New York, New Jersey, probably Ohio. I would love low class living, no income tax. Hello, Stephanie. Yeah, Jacob, you live in Florida? I think you might have mentioned this to me, and I just kind of forgotten. But you could, no, you don't have to put any holes in the seeds. Sorry guys, I have to get this out of my. Okay, so we're gonna. You just have to get the if there's any outer husk, and I'll let you know too if there's anything that you know, any outer husk that needs to be kind of taken off. Yeah, Illinois and Ohio are definitely. Oh, Naples, yeah. There's a lot of Chicago money in Naples. Naples is the kind of place where you go to live if you're very wealthy. I mean, there's a lot of different people in Naples, but the people that come down there to build the second house usually are very wealthy and don't want to be seen. They just want to be relaxed. Where Miami is, you know, you want to be out there in that sort of culture. So, and then, you know, different strokes for different folks. I forgot about that, Jacob. I actually don't go to Naples a whole lot because I just don't have I don't have any customers or clients down there. I don't really have any friends. I used to go to a poker game down there, but it was right at the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 41, and it was shady. So not the area, just the, you know, when you're playing poker, you're carrying a lot of cash on you, and there was no lighting, and the people that were playing were a little bit shady, and someone did donuts right here, which is like a death sentence because Cape cops love to write those tickets. I don't even know my way out of here, but we'll find it. Jacob, you know, let me see what I can do. If I can find that in Miami, I'm going to be going to a few nurseries. Let me see what I can do as far as finding you something like that. And, you know, I can throw that. I'm going to be making a lot of trips, and I can just pick up a trailer and, you know, along with other plants that I'd be picking back, I can just kind of run by Naples there for you. As far as like in Southwest Florida, you know, a lot of people have asked me about that. They're asking about Mauritii. And it's been very popular lately. A lot of Florida natives are, you know, the market is strong. Florida natives are, you know, people are kind of getting more into the whole native thing, which is great. I mean, they make great plant, you know, I think that's one of the prettiest native Florida palms there is. So, and for the climate, you know, it's perfect. Sure, I have all my lights on. Let's see. There's a lot of new stuff that's been built up for that side, for 18 feet of clear trunk. Is that those for singles, doubles, or just? All right, let's see what we're working with here. Walmart, no thanks. All right, so you can see here like the, what's it called? There's a car dealership, but other than that, not a whole lot going on. There's a massive condominium. You know what? There's another one of those condos. I can't get there from here, though, I don't think. They're probably... There are better places for us to go. Yeah, you know, I never really got into welding. I kind of like helped my buddies like weld one of my exhausts in my Cherokee. That's about as much as I've done as far as welding is concerned. All right, this looks like my only chance here to get through this mess. I go to this shopping center a lot because they have a very specialized box store that I use for BJ's. This light coming up. So Cape Coral actually ends right there. Those condos you saw in the distance are actually in North Fort Myers. There's Aldi, which I would go to, but because I travel as much as I do. Oh, some nice Bismarcks. Oh, here we go. We got some planting. We got Vichys. We got everything. We're totally getting out here. I forget this stuff is here because usually when I'm here, I am getting what I need and I'm going. So let me hold on, so guys, let me get to the comments when I get out of the car here. Now, Vichias are plentiful in South Florida. They are fast growing, but what species is what is like always up for debate. All right, let me get to some of the comments here. Okay. Nice. – 18 feet. I don't think I've ever seen a Mauritii with 18 feet of clear wood. I've seen them with like 5 feet. So, hey, Dylan. Hey, yeah, Lakeland, good time of day to drive there because during the day is. So Stephanie, the Myakka River, let me just make sure I didn't. Okay, just making sure. So, when I'm in Venice, I'm only like 5 miles from the river, and I actually have a friend that has property all over the river. She's a palm person. She's actually my mentor. Um, if you guys want to see videos of the Myakka River, I can do that. And what's it called? You know, there's a lot of beautiful scenic areas. The problem is it's like a little bit. I'm gonna put this back on the stick here. So back on the stick we go. Right. Let me just make sure. But it's a really cool. Myakka State Park is pretty cool. Okay. Oh, hello, doggy. Oh, that's where Five Below is. It talks about going to Five Below. I didn't really understand what that was. But so, yeah, I mean, yeah, Dylan, you probably are there. It's yeah, Myakka State Park is really cool. You can get up into like the above the trees on some of the walkways. It's really nice. So, so to give you guys some, you know, I really should do a vlog here about Vechias and different types, which I probably will at night. I mean, I'm sorry, during the day. But so you have these Vechias, and they're gonna have anything from like droopy. So this one has a lot of droopy leaflets. That's more like a Vechia joannis type. I'm never gonna actually say I know that's Vechia joannis because I can't tell you that because it's not. There's no way to. Then you have these droopy leaflets here. It looks more like a teddy bear almost, like with a, you know, no red crown. And then you get some that kind of have like, see the. Let's see, maybe they're on the other side of the road. These might all be in the joannis complex, but the thing is that they hybridize so much that they really have all just become one hybridized species. So let's cross. I'm going to jaywalk here. Before I do that, I'm going to get one more thing out of my car. My dad wants to trade cars with me and give me his Jeep Wrangler, but it's a base model Wrangler. Not that I wouldn't take it, it's just that. Okay. It's just that it's it won't tow as much. It's not as just not as big. It's a two-door. So okay, here we go. Hey Bobby, sure thing. Hey Zach, I'll check that out here. The MIG welder, is that what you're talking about, Zach? Oh, not the one. So you said that. What were you guys saying that? Yes, you want what? Oh, to have a vlog about. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of back. Yeah, Chris, they are kind of slow. That one grew in full shade. I sold that to my buddy Rusty for 30 bucks in 2006. So, Carl Smithy Eye is much faster. You'll get that. You would have a mature plant by now, even in the shade with Carl Smithy Eye. Just Orange Crush / Pilulifera. People change their mind on what is what in the Dipsis world. There's Dipsis fiends. I mean, and rightly so, they're beautiful plants. And they'll always tell you you're wrong and they're right. And it's really annoying because, you know. Whoa, buddy. That is one hell of a fire ant hill. Do you guys see that? It's like, I mean, there's some bigger ones, but as far as like in a city, that's a huge hill. I've seen hills 2 feet tall and 5 feet wide, but so these are mostly joannis types. You can see here, these leaves don't droop as much, and it's probably just a hybrid between like Aeracina type and a joanna, like the Montgomeryanna / Aeracina kind of don't have droopy leaflets. They have more, not arching, but just more flat. And then Joannis and Winnan have droopy leaflets, as does Spiralis. But Spiralis is a little less common. Then you have a couple of rare Vechias. The ones that I think are collectible, there's Filifera and Matidae. Yeah, these look like they're all in various shapes. This one, something's happening here. A lot of the lower leaflets are browning before. It's probably just not getting a whole lot of... You can usually tell when the palm was planted because, for example, see how this has a healthy fat trunk at the base, and you go up here, And then these little indentations, these stunting, it's probably like areas of a little drought. And then, I mean, the crown is still of a decent size, but it just looks weird. This one looks all right. It might be the irrigation maybe stopped working on that one. This one's flowering. They usually cut the bracts off so they don't drop seed. These actually look best in a little bit of shade. No room for plants, yeah. Are you in a condo, I'm guessing? Or just unless you have it all planted out? Or yeah, you wouldn't be asking for leucothrinax if you're in a condo, but you see that there's some yellow on the petiole there. That's honestly, I don't remember what species that's typical of, but see, these are not, see how those are not pendant, meaning they're not droopy, but this right here is very droopy. So you can see the difference. They're two different species, so I'm just waiting for somebody to come and be like, what are you doing? But flat leaflets. The funny thing is, Ashley and her family will probably be passing right by this road on their way back to home here. So here's some Bismarckias, a little triple going on. No flowering, but they look pretty silver. They're a nice color there. Different sizes. I have people that are like not approaching me, but they are going out of their way to drive by me right now, which I think is kind of funny. Let's walk towards the stores. No, that person's paying no attention to me whatsoever. Oh, cool. Yeah, so you did go down to Naples. So yeah, Dylan, I'm gonna be in Miami for maybe later this week. If you're around, we could meet up. But it really depends. I got people coming and going. My dad's coming on Friday. No, Saturday, and then he's gonna be here for 4 days. Ashley's leaving the 16th to the 25th for Colorado. Looking for my parrot. I could say that, yeah. Usually if I just tell them I'm doing educational videos, they tend to not bother me. Because that's really what I'm doing, for the most part. But a lot of times these palms that look very similar, really the way you can tell is the arching of the leaflet. So like these are adenidias up here. And they have very arching leaflets. Now the solitaire palm is going to have less arching leaflets. And then veitchias are going to have drooping leaflets or flat plain leaflets. So these were in the landscape world. You have different qualities. There's floor fancy or number ones. There's number twos, number threes. This is more of like a number two. The plant is not going to be as fat as you want it to. Adenidias have trunks that are usually twice that girth. So let's just check these palms down here. Let me look at the comments here. Yeah, you guys like this. The live palm viewing. The Scion, I didn't check which model Scion was that. There's actually no seed on any of these, Bobby, unfortunately. In the summer times, usually when they do seed, but a lot of times they will just ripped off. It's very easy to just peel off the bracts. So when you don't trim crown shafted palms, but you can just pull that off. You can see that's not even going to produce any seed. It's way too small. The flower should be. See, this one has almost arching leaflets in a way. They droop down, but you see how they're kind of twisty. It almost has it looks like it's half Carpentaria. So you can see how much variety there is just in veitchias. So when you see a veitchia, it isn't necessarily Veitchia ericina. There's one way you can kind of tell is that Veitchia ericina has a big seed and Veitchia Winn and Joannis has a much smaller seed, maybe 1/3 the size. Oh yeah, and a lot of times I don't even know when things are going to. Oh, there's some hoverboard action. So I think it's blowing some serious diesel. And those things are moving. Dogs are like barely able to keep up. And okay, so let's see here. Yeah, so usually I just pick up seed when I see it available. This leaf is kind of flat. You can see it almost has directly, I mean, they droop at the end, but they're pretty flat most of the time. So you can see how variable Veitchia is. Let's just take this way. Sometimes there's actually some pretty cool plants in the bushes. You know, sometimes there's little volunteers coming up. You just never know. This is mostly southern jasmine. I forget which jasmine. We have it in our yard, and I don't even know. Yeah, it's an old school Dodge Cummins. There, you can set them up to blow more smoke if you wanted to. Yeah, Bobby, there'll definitely be seeds in Punta Cana. I mean, it may not be the seeds you want, but there's always things seeding in the Dominican. Okay, it's probably a Washingtonia if it's underneath a Washingtonia. My best guess. I mean, usually if it's growing underneath a larger palm, it is that palm, unless you've never seen that palm seed. So I'm getting good exercise here too. I'm getting out of the house. It's so nice. Very nice. I would like to get a bigger truck, but the diesels are so much money. I mean, even a truck like that, which is probably at least 15 years old, is probably going to be like 20 grand. The false palmetto. Oh, I know. The towing, my truck, I love my truck. I mean, it's not, technically it's an SUV, but I love it in the fact that it drives well. It's, you know, it's comfortable. It's, you know, I think it could have a few more options that I didn't realize I wasn't going to get, but I had to actually put a deposit down for them to find that truck. It was right after Hurricane Irma, so I had to like make sure it wasn't coming from an area that was like flooded out. And it's all-wheel drive, which is nice. And the thing is, it only tows 5,000 pounds, which sounds like a lot, but when you're towing like heavy trees, it's not a whole lot. But I don't really do a whole lot of that, but when I do, I can make good money. And I'm kind of just definitely making people wonder. See, people, when they see people filming around, they just assume that like you're up to no good. So it's unfortunate. Sorry. Just trying to wipe spider webs off me. All right, let's go down the mall here a little bit. See what's going on. Oh. Yeah. If the cops come, I mean, there's only so much I can do. I mean, I am on private property. So, I mean, if I were on public property, there's nothing they can do at all. But if I, you know, it would basically, they would need a complaint from one of the owners of his store, which is just going to be hard to get, especially this time of day. Really have to have a stickler of a cop to really give me a hard time. Oh, yeah, it does sound like handcuffs when I clamp down the phone. You're right. Not sure why that Veitchia is dead. It looks like something attacked it. It looks like it got some kind of rot. Yeah, there's a ton of wild sables here. It's inevitable. Okay. Yeah, Chris, the problem is Normambia does not grow that well here, so I have to find a good specimen. Once I do, I will. The closest good specimen I know is either going to be at Naples Botanical or it's going to be in St. Pete. Actually, I should call it Norman Baya. The problem is a lot of times I tell people to pronounce things in the Latin sense, and I don't do it myself. R.I.P. It's actually at my friend's place. There might be one at Gazella. I haven't seen it. They've got a lot of nice plants at Gazella, and a lot of it's been donated. They bought 325 gram of the cycads. There's a tropical smoothie cafe. I went there this morning to eat. It's so weird because it doesn't look like a drive-through. It's just like the side of the mall. Here's a bunch of queens. Those trucks, they do look cool, but the problem is towing with them is a nightmare, and they just destroy transmissions. Okay, yeah, that would be cool, Chris. I mean, I love to come up that way and kind of like maybe come up and then go to like what's it called, Crystal River. Pizza the Hut. I have seen Spaceballs, Zach. It's been a while though. I'm glad you enjoyed the classics, though. I think the movie's like 30 years old. But these queens are all looking pretty, like, they're just a little bit rugged. They should be much bigger. This is why queens get a bad name. They get thin trunks. They're not fertilized, and that's what they need. And oh boy, that car there. That's shocking. So yeah, more queens that just aren't looking up to par. Oh yeah, I mean I've heard that term before for sure. Okay, so now we are at Lowe's, I think. So I do have to go to Wawa. I'm not gonna get food there. I'm gonna get food at. I guess I could just go to Wawa. I don't know. This is complicated the way you have to get across the street here. You can't. I think I'm gonna have to U-turn, possibly twice, which is a real pain in the ass. Oh, I do have my own dedicated lane here. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. That's all 280 horsepower going, or torque-wise, all the torque. What is a truly tiny banana? I'm not really. Yeah, Dylan, there's some really cool hybrids that people actually will spend a lot of money on. Usually it's a date / Robolini hybrid or Canary Robolini hybrid. It's usually a thick clumping hybrid. I have grown Cyphosperma. Yeah, it is good, Zach. So Chris, I have grown it. I've grown Balancé, and I actually Cyphosperma Balancé is the most expensive potted palm I've ever sold to someone. I sold one for $1,500 in a 15-gallon. I might have sold, I don't know, there might be some Copernicias I sold for more money. I can't remember, but I remember that for sure. That was back when they were just like unknown. So. Yeah, no, I mean, nowadays you can get the seedlings. The problem is it takes a long time to get, a plant that's almost trunking, and, this guy was a long story, but just real shady guy that he disappeared from the plant world because he just screwed so many people over. He doesn't even show his face during the day where he lives. That's how bad it is. He committed multiple EPA violations, racked up like a couple $100,000 fines. The only reason I'm not going to mention his name is because he's the kind of guy that would sue you if like he felt like he was getting slandered. And that's what people love to do, is sue people. Have I not done a Phoenix Reclinata video? I thought I had. Is gas any cheaper? Not really. Alright, so I'm gonna go into Wawa. I'll be right out. I'm not getting food here. I'm just getting the thing is, I don't even know if I should leave my car on. It's gonna be kind of shady out here. It's getting I do have some valuables in the vehicle, so yeah, I gotta turn off. You guys want to go in my pocket? Okay. I'm not gonna be in very long. So now they're all germinated, Zach. You're worried they weren't gonna germinate. I know, I pot them up. They can take a lot of abuse. I'm not saying to abuse them, but I thought that I had done one. I can ask my neighbor. She has a great specimen, Reclinata. I just don't talk to her very much. No one really talks to me at in this city. Okay, time. Oh, that'd be very embarrassing if I went in there without my wallet. Okay, here we go in the pocket. And out of the pocket we go. It's so busy in there, I'm not even going to bother. I might as well. Sorry guys, the line, there's like 13 people in line. Not willing to sit in line that long for... Hold on a sec, I gotta... Okay. We're just gonna go to Pollo here. Dylan, I would recommend another Palm. Reclinata is extremely high maintenance. Yeah, that's why I got the Honda, you know. I was going to get a Toyota Tacoma, or a Hilux for those of you abroad. But the ride was more of like a truck, and it didn't really, what I wanted, like full drive and everything, was going to cost an extra few $1,000s. And this all-wheel drive, and the way this thing, I mean, Dylan's ridden in it. It's not like you're not riding in a truck. It's basically a Honda Passport with the back chopped off, which is nice. It tows 1,000 less than a Tacoma would, but it also gets better gas mileage. Oh man, Pollo's gonna be packed, isn't it? Oh, it's not. Okay, I saw a lot of brake lights. A little concerning. We're good though. This is not bad at all for 8:45 on a Friday night. Oh, just for almost clipping that dumpster. Oh. Hi, can I get the roast pork platter with black beans and white rice and boiled yuca, please?
So you got the pork platter
Yes.
with boiled yuca?
Yes, and then black beans and white rice for the other side.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
$8.99.
All right, thanks. All right, guys and gals. It's funny because the only person I knew before this vlog that was from Ontario was actually someone from Sudbury, which is really like northern, like middle Ontario, I guess you could say. Nice older lady. I used to play poker with. And I'm from southwestern Florida. Well, not from southwestern Florida, but from southwestern. I'm from southeastern New York. Here we go. My car is like Honda doesn't like tell you how many miles. It tells you to come back at 15% oil life. I'm at 20, and I still have to make a 350-mile trip to Miami and back. I think it's still okay. No, that's fine, Zach. I really don't ever want to go back to New York City. I love the people, but I just can't handle like the traffic, the congestion in general of like everything. The lack of any plants, the high taxes, the tolls, the overall cleanliness. I can't walk around in sandals. I tried doing it when the last time I was there. My feet were black in like 5 minutes. I had to go back to my car and change out. The longest delivery I ever made, though, was I delivered a Cycat to a guy in Brooklyn. There's always that, too. Yeah, I can imagine a lot of people in Toronto want to have that tropical feel when they're able to. Here we go. It's our turn. I'm so excited. Hello. Yes. Can I get a couple of the garlic cilantro sauces? Thanks.
Okay. Tomato. Okay. Cilantro sauce. how many were you for? Like, how many do you like? Two? Would that be all?
I'm sure it did, yeah. I just figured you guys didn't want to stare at the same thing for like 5 minutes. I've actually had a guy contact me about like importing plants up there, but he seemed like he was more fishing for information than he was actually looking to do some business. So Zach, you should invest in one of these. I don't remember. I have to look it up. I can see that name sounds a little bit familiar. I'm not really sure. But it sounded like he was like trying to negotiate with me, and he wasn't really like giving me any concrete information. So like I don't really want people to negotiate when they aren't even going to tell me what they want. Zach, I'd love to do that. Bobby, I do. If you check, I haven't. The problem is I have like 3 or 4 shipments that are in the mail. I'm waiting on a lot of stuff, and one person told me that the person I bought them from was like, oh, well, I don't have the tracking. I don't know where they went. I'm like, oh, that's good. And that's part of the problem with getting fresh seeds from someone, that collected them, is sometimes like they're really good at collecting seed, and then like the customer service part is lacking. So we'll see what happens. But a lot of the stuff I have more fresh seed of a number of species. I have them in soil or in moss, so like they're going to germinate. I would talk about your climate, Zach. Tell people like what you do to try and get. Thank you very much. All right, have a good one. Switch this back around. But yeah, going to Miami, I might be able to collect some stuff that I wanted to get, like some Dipsa seed. I still have a lot of hurricane palms. Oh my God, this is not what I want. The problem is when Pollo gets a long line, they now I'm just kind of half screwed here. All right, go ahead and back out. I can't, Aaron. I'm gonna actually show you guys. Don't go this way. Please don't come this way. Fine, you want to come this way? Go ahead. I'll park in this parking spot. Like the road's all backed up, and yeah, so he's backing up too. Here, I'll show you guys what's going on here if I can. I got a Suburban that's trying to go around, and we're both backing up now. There. Give you an idea. I can't show you the backup, because if I do that, I'm too far in there. But there's not enough room for there to be a drive-through and cars to come through, so there's just no room, and you drive in there and like you got someone behind you that you have no choice. So just gonna drive by Wawa and see if the line hasn't gone down, or I could just go. Suicide is now an option at Pollo. I don't know what you mean by that, but it sounds rough. The problem with... Okay. Oh, now there's no one in line. Okay, out of my way. Out of the way, Peck. Alright. I got 2 cashiers now, so let's do this. In the pocket we go. We got some psych cats here. Oh my god, it's so fucking... Oh, whatever, we're here now, so... Yes, Bob, they are native. Hold on. You go, man. Packet L&M Green 100. Oh no, it's okay. I'm not worried about any money that I would make from this live stream. I don't do the live streams I don't even regular vlogs for the money. So the money is insignificant at this point. Yeah, you know, I'd love to do some more cooking. It's just that the way the house is set up, it doesn't really... It's not conducive to cooking. Plus, I'm not very good at it. And Ashley just... It's a long story, but... Excuse me. What I don't like is that I'm okay with them. That lady right there, she's like half in the bag and buying like $50 for the lotto. Excuse me. But but I don't like it like when a song that I don't like is playing, like a terrible song, then they get like if you get a copyright strike, then or not, it's not a strike, but it's a violation, and then what they do is they just monetize your channel for that. Like let's just say like what's her name, Katy Perry's playing, right? I'm not a fan of Katy Perry, so if her song is playing in my video, then anyone that like clicks on my live stream, like she gets that money to her, like they get it, like BMG, whatever, the record company gets the money, and I'm not gonna like make money for Katy Perry. That's not really like fair, because I like happened to walk into a store that was playing it. I mean, like if you look at the views that I get on my like regular vlogs, like they're anywhere from like, you know, a couple hundred to a couple thousand when they get, you know, and on live streams I get maybe like 30 or 40 views, so it doesn't really affect. Hey, Shiv, what's going on? Yeah, I mean, the cost of living here is not that bad. It used to be really cheap. Now it's about, I'd probably say it's like average for the US. Miami is much higher. We're doing good. We're headed home, but got another 5 minutes or so in the vlog. God, I wish there were more manual vehicles. I back in the day I used to prefer manuals, but now with the way that dual clutch transmissions work, it really isn't worth it. Yeah, it's basically that the computer's going to pick it up and automatically monetize it. YouTube prefers, you know, gives preference to the larger channels. So, like, let's say I use some information like they think is questionable from like PewDiePie or something, like, you know, someone that has a ton of, you know, has 60 million viewers. They're going to get a preference because, you know, they're not going to piss off any PewDiePie viewers because they make a ton of money for. He makes a ton of money for YouTube, and he makes, I mean, the guy probably makes $15 million a year. Yeah, Shiv, it's more of a joke, but this guy just couldn't help himself. Anyway, basically, everybody else in the family left and went to the state fair, like a carnival, and I was left behind. Zach, I always say that I want to, but I end up like doing things like playing poker with Ashley and watching some shows. I would like to. There's always the chance. I don't want to promise anything or say that I will from now on. God, man, the speed limit is 55, not 45. Why is this like this? It doesn't matter. Why am I complaining? That's not going to help. Yeah, I might. Give you an example. Like, I actually just subscribed to Gordon Ramsay's channel today. He has 8.2 million subscribers, and he does a couple videos like a week. I mean, he'll make close to $1 million a year for that. I mean, it's not a lot of money for him, but it's a lot of money. I mean, it's money that you just don't want to. Any celebrity can start making, you know, a YouTube channel and make an extra $500,000 a year or a couple $100,000 a year, depending on how popular you are. So if you know, they're all going to do that, and now there's some sort of traffic jam with the. Yeah, I mean, YouTube is one of those things where, like, let's just say I was like a car guy. I mean, car guys make. There's one guy that, you know, there's some guys that you just never have heard of. And there's a guy named, I like to watch because I like his videos. It's called Chris Fix, and he has like 4 million subscribers, and he does like how-to videos which are like really good, and he makes like $300,000 a year. So, oh, palms dampening off, it just means that they're succumbing to fungus, James. I'm glad you're able to use the bathroom, Dylan. The ceilings. Oh, which seedlings? Sorry, I'm kind of like having a brain fart here. Dylan, sorry, I wasn't. I was joking around. I know you didn't. They just. Yeah. Yeah, I like Scotty Kilmer because you know, he's straight to the point. He's old school, and you know, he generally says what a lot of people don't want to say on YouTube about vehicles. Like he'll tell you about how like new Mercedes are really a pain in the ass. I mean, they are once they're after like get your ass going, Camaro. You know, he'll talk about how Porsches, you know, like some vehicles are just not good to own, even if they're a good deal because of, you know, like Jaguars, old Porsches. I mean, they're good if you can afford to fix them, but yeah. I think he's cool. Like I like Chris Fix. A lot of the other car guys I think is a little bit too like what's it called? Virgin Vehicles, whatever it is. That guy's really annoying. Parker Needlestein. I mean, he's like, here's my Lamborghini. I modded it one more time, and we're gonna go down here and we're gonna see this, and it's all a bunch of clickbait. And I just find him annoying. And everybody wants to like worship, like you know, like yeah, there we go, the slow lane. That's where you belong. Go in there. Go in the lane. Yeah, you're gonna get there eventually. I don't know if you guys saw in the news, but in Sarasota there was a big hit and run. I heard my dad called me about it. He said, "What is this hit and run?" Someone got sideswiped by a turning car in Sarasota. It technically is in Bradenton, but they say Sarasota. And the car rolled over like 4 or 5 times. It's right near where my college was, and where I ended up finishing college. Yeah, Zach. I mean, hey, if you like to do car stuff, do some car stuff. I mean, there's nothing. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm almost home now. I do have hot food, and I have this problem where I tend to eat cold food. But I'll hang out for a minute or two. But did I even make the right turn? No, I did not make the right turn. Oh well, it's an extra minute or so for you guys. I drove down the wrong street because everything in Cape Coral looks the same. Lived here for 3 years, and this still freaking happens to me. The house is right across, right. Oh, okay, never mind. I can turn right here. I mean, it's just, you know, they all look the same. That's unfortunately. I mean, luckily it's not a gated neighborhood where every single house looks the same, but yeah, the stream died. Ashley promised me a massage tonight because I screwed my neck up. There you go, James. Who knows? You know how things are when you get a little bit older. Wish I could show you guys something interesting, just kind of around the vehicle, but. All right, guys. Sorry about that. My mom. I'm gonna have to go ahead and go because my mom is like wants to critique my story. And I've got food here. I got people wanting stuff I've gotten for them. So, um, I can't promise. I can't promise I'll be on later, but I'm gonna try to. I'll see what what's going on, and we'll kind of go from there. 17-year-old. Yeah, don't become a 17-year-old dad. I'll tell you that. Okay, hey Justin. So let me answer kind of like what people would. So 3-gallon glass. Okay. So Justin, I find that most stuff you can just buy at the store is not really that good. But if you take what is considered like, if they say a tropical mix and cut it by 1/3 with perlite, that should be fine for all 3 of those plants as a general use. So yeah, James. So yeah, guys, I will see what I can do about going live later. Maybe I'll go in Ashley's car and see if I can't get pulled over. It's Friday night. If I go down by the bars, driving in a car with a window that's broken, well, the window just doesn't. It's kind of like half down. Maybe I can, get pulled over for no reason by the Cape Coral police. So, anyway, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get going. Thanks for watching. Sorry, it's all cloudy in here, but I will. I'll see you guys soon, hopefully. Alrighty. I'll see you later, James, Zach, Bob, Justin, and anyone else I may have missed. Shiv, Simon, if you're Bobby.